Good morning, everybody. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy with our regular Wednesday Facebook Live, December 2nd today. So welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. And now that I thought of it, I plan to use and show. I was thinking today was December 1st, but yesterday was December 1st, so I am going to have some catching up to do. So I have put together a plan to use my advent calendar in our Stampin' Scrap Tammy community. So what I'm going to do is put something different in each one of these. And so today, of course, I kind of planned today, but I'll have to backtrack and add something later or do two tomorrow. So each day, let me see, you probably can't see that now, but so each day in the box, there will be a different little tag of something that's going on. So today, share a card, turn gift. So I kind of planned that one because I'm just starting out today. But the rest of them, I'll give you a little glimpse of what they all are, and then I'm going to have my children randomly place them in all of these boxes. So each day will have something different going on, and I'll show you what those are going to be. So some of them will be order special, some will be just a little card share or a little challenge for each of us. And a couple of them towards the end here, because I'm not going to do one on Christmas or Christmas Eve likely. I will just do a couple sometimes in one day, just so that we get through all 25. And then, this is the most exciting, I was going to say most cool part, I don't know, is, today's is flying out of there. I'm going to take this bow off. So the other day, we made these little boxes. So then after I take out the day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a gift box that I decorated in there. So these are little 2x2 acetate boxes that I'm going to decorate. And then by Christmas, I'm going to have 25 treat boxes that I can gift to people. So that'll be kind of a fun little thing that I'm going to do with my box, because I made this last year and I've been wanting to do these boxes in here ever since I realized that they would fit in there. So that's what I'm going to do. So we are going to get started here in just a minute with today's project. I am noticing I got to grab my charger for my computer, so I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. We are like online overload at our home today. Everybody's on meetings and virtual classrooms. I think my daughter's in a student council meeting right now. So all kinds of stuff going on. All right. Okay, so then I think we're just gonna put things down and get started. Let me see here. I'm trying to not make too big of a mess here. So we've had a great, 5 days? So we are on our 6th day of Facebook Live. So if you didn't have a chance to join us for our very virtual Christmas party, if you scroll down on the page, you can see lots of opportunities where you could join that group, and you can rewatch and maybe take a look at what we have going on in there. Still a chance too where you could fill out a door prize form, because I'm not going to get to those until this weekend. So that'll all stay open until the weekend when I get to it. So if you wanted to participate, feel free to jump on over in that group and take a look at what was going on there for the last 5 days. So like I said, this is our 6th day of Facebook Lives. And I'm going to look at my computer. I know we're in the right spot because I see it. And I think a couple of you have joined. So welcome those that have joined. I'm going to try to see the comments here. Every single time is different. So we are back to our regular prize patrol. Now, you still have time to go back into the party group and comment and everything, but you have to fill out the door prize form to be eligible for those. But now today, like, share, comment, tell your friends about the video. Tell me what you think as we're going, and you are entered for door prizes on this particular post. Okay, looks like we are kind of in the right spot here. All right, so I'm just gonna breeze through some of these things that are gonna go into that advent calendar that we will be sharing each day. So I will not be sharing live each day, but I will be sharing at least one post every day. And I will point this out. So we are using the plush poinsettia paper today. So I decided to change my phone case to the poinsettias. So that was just a little tidbit I thought I would share. So these are going to randomly get placed in there. A couple of them I probably will try to put in certain days, just so that I'll tell the kids, like, this one has to go that day, but otherwise they're going to be random. All right, so join our catalog launch party. All right, so our party group from this week is going to be changing into a catalog launch because we will have a new spring catalog coming up. A gift card special where you'll be able to get $5. Ooh, a mailbox selfie. That's one of my favorites. And request a catalog because there is a new one coming. I'll put something up for that. Like the post today or comment and win. So win a prize. Mystery stamping. Ooh, that was fun. We did that last night. So I decided we would add a mystery stamping day tomorrow. So I guess if I pull that day, I will post the measurements and things one day and then we'll do it the next. Ooh, a free wink of Stella. Half price item for the next person who orders. Random gift. Random gift give. So this would be give out one of those 3D projects you've made. Try a new fold, note card set, 3x3 cards. So I'll be making those. A 3D Christmas. I'll share a tutorial with you. This is one where you would share and win. Free paper and subscribe to my email list. And I will give you a gift if you let me know your address. A free stamp set. Well, that is a big one with a $50 order. Make a gift card holder. That means live. That must mean I'm going to make a gift card holder. Send 5 cards today, share a card you've made this week, and share a picture of your handmade Christmas cards that you're getting. Apparently I didn't finish writing that one, but I believe that's what was the intended. So these will get all mixed up and will get put in that advent calendar, and we will start that off tomorrow. And tomorrow I guess we will start off with 2 because we are on December 2nd and I kind of forgot about the 1st. Okay, so that sounds like something fun that we're going to be doing. And I'm still trying to, there we go. There are the comments. So good morning, everybody. And isn't this card a beauty? So this is, I wanted to get this in on the virtual party and I ran out of time. So we are just kind of continuing on over here. And so we are going to make, using the Dove of Hope stamp set and bundle, this beautiful card. And the reason I say that a card and a gift that you can give is because you can take this ornament off and use it separately. But today we'll make 2. So then what you could do is you can gift this card and then you could send this along with so that they would be able to hang this up, you know, on their Christmas tree. Or I have a little, like, I think it's real delicate, but it's a, like a coat rack type thing that I hang little things like this off of in my entryway. So I have an actual coat rack, but then I also have that that I hang different little things that I get like this. So very pretty. So if you collect Christmas ornaments, this would be a great thing to do. You could even add 2020 on there if you wanted to, but just a lovely gift that you could give someone. You could also use this as a gift tag on a gift. That would be really pretty. And okay, so let's go over the products that I'm using and then I will give you the measurements. And okay, so products that we are using, the Dove of Hope stamp set. I did not have a chance to put the dies onto a sheet, but here are the dies that go with it. So there are some different ones that go along. I really like this one. Little branches there that you can use. And so that is the product today. I'm also going to use the trim from which I have to take it out. The Forever Greenery comes with some gold trim, then that's what I'm going to use to make the hang part of it for the ribbon. And let's see, I'm going to use these gold hoops. Now I will admit, when these came out, I thought, what in the world do you use these for? Am I going to like cut it and make myself a pair of earrings, or what am I going to do with these? And now that I started using them, I really can't get enough of them. And it is the gold hoops embellishment. So it's just a fun embellishment that you can make a wreath, or like here, we're going to use it for our Christmas ornament. And I will just share another place that I used it. I used it kind of as a wreath. This is one of the free card options still. I'll offer that same special throughout this weekend, that it's free with a purchase where you get a card class, and I'll give you the 2 options still available. As well as the ordering has closed. You're in luck, I have not prepared for it. So if you did miss out on ordering the sampler, or getting it free with a $75 order, you probably will have until the end of today. You will just have to message me. So if you would like this, you can message me and I will get you on the list. I am going to be cutting for that later this afternoon and tomorrow to be sending them out on Friday. but the formal ordering has closed. So if you go to the link, you won't be able to register there. You'd have to contact me direct. All right, so here's the products that we have used. So not a lot of products involved in this. It's just really, really elegant and pretty. And you know what? I do need to show the rest of the plush poinsettia paper. And so the plush poinsettia paper is the designer series that I added in behind the card. And these are the 3 different designs. You get 2 of each in this paper. There's a little bit of shimmer to them. And I've shared these a few times in our virtual party throughout the weekend because I did use them in a couple different cards, which I will just give you a real quick glimpse at. And so this plush poinsettia is really great for tone-on-tone cards. If you want to do like an all-white card, it's perfect for that. So these are the ones that we had made over the weekend. And that's obviously, that's the same card. But it's really great for that. And that's exactly what we're gonna, exactly how we're gonna use it today. And we're gonna do a little heat embossing as well. So measurements for today are very simple. This one I did end up with a fold going this way. You could make this fold whichever way you want, but it ended up working out really nice to fold it this way versus a traditional way, you know, of this way or, goodness, you know, that way. Like this here, this one is sitting here. I don't know what you should call these, but this is like a traditional card, but I ended up doing it this way. And I'll tell you why, is because I am out of thick Whisper White cardstock. And a card, when I'm using white as a base, I do like to have thick, but I did have some already cut out that were already this direction. So that is why I ended up going this way, and it worked out just perfect. And so we have got a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. So it is 11 by 4 1/4. So it was just cut in half. And I scored this. When I have the thick Whisper White, I do always pre-score it. I don't always my other cardstocks, but the white I like to. Just because the thickness of it, it makes it so it doesn't crack. It just looks a little bit nicer. So 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 4 1/4. Now, if you don't score, that's just fine. You're just gonna fold it in half. So we'll fold this in half and use our bone fold to crease it. And as you can see, you do get a nice crease with no cracking when you do pre-score it. All right. And now our next layer, I did use my favorite embossing folder already, Tasteful Touches, to emboss that so that it would be ready for us. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And the next layer of the plush poinsettia is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So I did make that a little bit smaller than your standard next layer down, just so that we would see a little bit more of that embossed in the background. And so I'm going to attach, no, I can't attach those yet. I can attach this because we're gonna need to make our wreath tuck behind there. So I used the liquid glue. It worked wonderful. I kind of tested it out. You don't see the glue behind there or the adhesive, it's fine. So that worked as a great adhesive option for this paper, and it held it very well. And so I should add the adhesives I'm using today. I'm using the Tombow liquid glue. I have mini dimensionals, and I did grab my tear tape just in case I wanted another adhesive. I like to have that one handy. And then I also have some glue dots. Definitely gonna need the glue dots for attaching our dove to the wreath. Okay, and so here we have our layers ready. And I think what we'll do is we'll do our heat emboss first, and then we will put the ornament together. And so I just have a piece. This is a 5/8 piece. It seemed like 3/4 was too big, a half was too small, so I went right in between there. And you know, I don't know my measurements well, so I did ask to clarify that I was right on that. I asked my husband, and he asked if he should make me a template, and I told him maybe that's not a bad idea. All right, so I've already put on my piece, Joy and Love, onto my clear block, and I'm going to use Versamark and do this. And I left it kind of long, so I have the option that I can always do a second stamp if I have issues with my first one. Because remember, especially this little piece, it's just paper. If we have issues, we can always make another one. It's no problem. And so we'll just ink that nice and gentle and a straight up, straight down. I'm going to leave that set a second to let the ink soak in, that Versa, and then just tap it away. And I can get a decent look at this now if I look up close and see if it stamped nice, and it looks like it did. And so I shouldn't need this again. And then I'm going to, you know, I could have went back to my coffee filter. The other day I couldn't use a coffee filter, is my preferred method of this. But I was out of coffee filters. So actually, well, I only had one left. But now I have more. All right. And so I'm just going to really load that up really heavy to make sure it gets covered. And then I will just tap away the excess. And I usually just blow on it a little bit. Unless, like, I have one little spot there that I know I don't want there. I have an old paintbrush, excuse my reach there, that I keep handy for this very reason. So I can just touch it away, or touch it away, brush it away. You know what I'm trying to say. And so there's our heat emboss, or our embossing powder. And now we just have to heat it. And I did do this one the other day as well in silver, so today you'll get to see it in gold. And I will hold it up kind of close to the camera so that you can see it as it changes. So it would help if I plugged it in. I'm lucky, I do have a little desk right next to me that has a plug-in in it, so let's hope that that'll work. I'm afraid it's not a very, I don't know if it's the best one to be using, so I hope that one of these days I'm gonna end up probably blowing a fuse. All right, and so our heat tool is very nice. It has 2 settings. For this one, I will put it on the higher setting, and I will move it up close so that you can see it change. I'm sorry it's upside down, but I don't want my fingers to get burnt. If I do it the other way, it would. So you can see that it's starting to change right now. It's so magical when that starts to change. I love it. And that is complete. The heat embossing, especially gold, really adds a really elegant touch to your cards. And so I'm just going to snip this. And I do want this fairly petite, so I'm going to cut it pretty close. And then now that I have it all ready, I can even go on the other side a little bit and make it smaller. I wanted to just make sure I left myself enough room. And so we have that part ready. I do want to stamp on the inside because there is a very nice sentiment in this stamp set that I think is very fitting. And so I did already put it on the block, and I'm not going to heat emboss the inside. A coordinating color, a couple coordinating colors that I like to use when I use gold embossing powder, especially on a white card like this, would be either Sahara Sand or Soft Suede are great options. And so we'll do this so that all of our stamping is done. So then we just have to finish off our assembling the main part of our card, that wreath. And then I am doing it right on the base. If there's any issues, if you have any trouble where it doesn't stamp right, or you end up with shadows or something that you don't like, something you could do is just add a liner like you would on a darker color and try it again. So you would not be you're not risking too much when you stamp right on your base there. You have some options. If you need to cover it up, you can do that. Trust me, I've done it plenty of times. And so this is just a lovely sentiment for the inside of our card. We're getting a pretty nice setup going here. And now we're gonna see if I can put this wreath together. I have only done one. I will give credit here. I forgot to do that at the beginning. So this was gifted to me, this one right here, by my friend Gail. She had made this. I'm not sure if this was her original idea or not, or she might have gotten the idea from Pinterest, but she gifted this to me, and it has been hanging kind of on a little display board that I have ever since. I was really intimidated by it because it did look difficult to me. So I was unsure if I should give it a whirl and try it. And so the other night I decided that I would just go ahead and see what I could do about it. And it was actually very easy to put together. And I will go for that now. Oh, you know what I didn't show you? So obviously you see that I'm using Whisper White and that, let's see, Whisper White, what did I call that? Plush Poinsettia. And then I also use vellum. So vellum is something that I tend to not use often. And then when I do, I use it on absolutely everything that I decide to create. And so I'm going to separate out my parts so that I can make 2 if I have enough of them cut out here. So this is one of those things too. When I cut out, I just cut out a whole bunch, and we'll see what I have here for supplies. I'm hoping that I have enough to do 2. So then I will have an ornament ready. And then I will also have one to put on the card. The card is the main part though, so we'll make sure we have that right away. And here we go. Looks like I do have enough of everything. Looks like I have just enough of everything. And so this stuff all cuts out really easy. I didn't poke all those out yet, so I'll have to do that. But it cuts out very simple. Very simply, maybe. Maybe that's a better way. Now let's make sure I have a take a pick tool here. And to finish these off. And so there is, on the one side of these doves, there is a little bit of etching, but we'll be able to, so when we flip it, obviously you're not gonna see that etching on the one side, but that would just be the back of the dove. So this is a little bit risky doing this on a video because I have only made one of these before. So I only made the sample card, but I did figure it out on my first try. So that's some good news. But this way you can actually, I didn't want to practice it too much because I wanted you to see actually how easy it was to put together. And so what we're going to do first is we need to attach these so that we have that little bit in the background, that vellum. It just adds a special touch to it. And I'm going to use liquid glue. And, I'm going to see if I have handy. Hold on 1 second here. Something that's nice so I don't completely mess up my surface here. Something that's nice to glue on is this silicone mat. It's a nice, I'm forgetting which one I'm gluing. I'm going to glue the wings first. So we will start with the wings. It doesn't matter which one you start with. And I'm just going to put a couple dots of adhesive. It doesn't need a lot. It'll get adhered a couple different times here. And I did put just a little too much right here. So what I'm going to do is just spread it out a little bit with a scratch piece of paper. And I'll go ahead and put that down. And so I will put all my parts together. And then I will go back. I should have maybe had some of these done already. Kind of like a cooking show where I could have just pulled these out. I could have showed you one and then pulled the rest out. So maybe I won't have time to do 2. I do need to watch my time today because, oh goodness, yeah, I better hurry up. I'm probably only gonna have time for 1. We have to take little Miss Melody, Allison's dog, into the groomers today. She needs a haircut. She has only had 1 other haircut since COVID started. And let me tell you, she is starting to look a little bit frumpy. All right, so I'm looking there what I got to do next. So this is not going to go together just yet, this piece. And I can add the wings or the back vellum. I'm just going to add one of the back, one of the vellum pieces to the back. I don't need to do both because they're going to overlap. And so I'm just going to put it in that little spot here, the glue. And let me make sure I'm going the right way. See how that works? That's not right. What am I doing here? Did I put it on the wrong side? Maybe I did. I'm thinking about this here. There we go. It's like putting a little puzzle together. You can tell I don't do a lot of puzzles. All right, so that is all I'm going to do there. I'm going to set these aside for now. And actually now we're going to bring in our ring and start the assembly process here. And so the way I did it, I just kind of laid it out to see how I wanted it to go before I really started putting it together. And so I know that I want it to look about like that, and you can really maneuver this around quite a bit before you completely, you know, before you can't move it along there. And so I want the flowers to be sticking out here. So actually my flowers are gonna stick to there, okay? So I'm gonna put a glue dot right here. This is why a variety of adhesives are nice to have. And so I know that I'm gonna want that there, but I can move that out of the way right now. So I will put one here. And then I'll end up just moving that along there. And then let's flip this. Let's never too many glue dots. So we'll add another one on this side. And that will hold that in place. So we're gonna put that upside down here so that they line up. And so that's gonna stay in place just fine. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck this in here now and start putting this part together. And so we want it to look like the dove. There we go, just like so. And this is where I will end up putting this together. I'm gonna put this part together with dimensionals. It'll just add a little nice touch to our dove and make it look a little bit, even more a little bit three-dimensional. And so we'll just line it up. Again, you can maneuver it around quite a bit until you get it fully attached, before you get it all attached. But I'm starting with the flower, that's where I start, and now see, I can tuck in my flowers by the beak. And that's where I'm gonna want that to stay. But let's move that just a little bit. And then I can go ahead and put dimensionals on this side. And you can always sneak it, oh, not right there. I gotta put it down farther. We wanna put it right where we're not gonna see it. So it's just gonna look like it's floating there. And so you can see how that comes together nice. And then we'll put a glue dot right on the tip of the beak. And I should have used my take a pic tool. I will the second time. So as you see, sometimes you gotta try 2 times, and that's no problem. And so now that will hold that in place for sure. So now we have a wonderfully placed dove, and we just have to add the wings. And we will put one, we're gonna put them opposite ways. So this is gonna go here, and then this one will go up there, and that'll finish it off. Isn't that pretty? And then we just have to add our ornament piece. Find my liquid glue. And I'm gonna use liquid glue because it does give me a little bit of wiggle room if I wanna maneuver it around after I have it in place, if I wanna reposition it a little bit. Although I think I love just right where I put that. But now when I do the other side, that might be where I want to change it around a little bit. And the vellum side is going to be out on this one. And so as you see, this is the back of the vellum. And then I'll do the same thing here. But now if when I turn it, I don't care for where that is, since I use liquid glue, I can move it a little bit. It gives you a little bit of time, but this is really a nice glue. And it's sneaking out a little bit there, but you're not gonna see that after it dries. And then we just have to add our ribbon. I'm gonna give myself plenty and use my paper snips if I have one around, which I certainly should. I think I have about 10 of them around. Of course, you never find one when you need it. And so I'll give myself plenty of room for my ribbon. And this is the gold from the Forever Greenery. And what I will do is I will tuck it in underneath here in a loop like so. And then I'll put these two through. And now to attach it to the card, also very easy to do. So I have not attached this part to the base. What I will do is kind of make it right in between there. Actually, we'll move that a little bit. See, we can move that. That's no problem. And then I will bring that down. I'm going to separate these a little bit so you can really tell that it's meant to be hanging there. I'm going to get out, this is the only non-Stampin' Up! Thing that I use occasionally from time to time when I want to tape ribbon. I use just regular Scotch tape. And so I'm going to just leave that loose like so for now. And then around the back, I can attach it to the back. I am going to leave this loose so that if they do want to remove this from the card, you will be able to do that. And you could let them know that they can remove it and use it as an ornament. But of course, you can make another one. I don't have time right now to make the second one. Like I said, I got to get the dog to the groomer. All right, and there we go. Isn't that pretty? And so maybe I'll just snip a little bit, but I am purposely leaving that a little bit long in the back. And then this is just hanging there. So you could leave that hang there, but if you wanted your friends to have the intention to be able to take it off, I would leave it hang like that and not attach it anymore. And I do want to separate this out a little bit like I had it intended to. There we go. And then what I can do is add a couple glue dots behind these spots here. And then that'll help it stay in place. But I'll put it behind where you can't see it. And then the last thing we have to do is just add our sentiment. And we will add the sentiment right on the bottom here. And that's why you can see why I wanted it to be nice and petite. And I will add it with mini dimensionals. And so I'm seeing someone said they like the wings on the first one better. Now, you know, that's where you can maneuver it around. You can make it however you want. They're all the same wings. Every one you make will probably be a little bit different. You'll probably never get two to be exactly the same. And so I use glue dot or dimensionals, the mini ones, and then it makes it lay nice and even with this ring on there. It's a perfect height for that. And so that finishes off that part. And now since I have a little bulk on this card, I am going to use the tear tape. It does have a little bit more stick. It is what I like to use when I'm doing 3D. This dove is so elegant. I had no plans to purchase it until, let me move that out of the way, until Gail gifted me the dove. And so after that, I thought, well, I got to have that now so I can make some of my own doves. These would be great to put on your Christmas tree. You could add some of this shimmer crystal effects. It would make it look more like a, what am I trying to say? Like the enamel shapes. It would make it look like a hard white piece of enamel, I guess. It would be really pretty. So you got some options of what you could do to play with this. And I believe that this one would go beyond Christmas as well. And let's remove that. And we have a nice white on white, tone on tone type card. Just with that little bit of touch of gold. I was gonna say, hopefully I put this on the right way. And now one last thing, if we have any handy, would be to add a little bit of our favorite embellishment. And it looks like I have one back here, I think. I'm actually running low on my Wink of Stellas. I need to order some more. I'm down to like one. I keep other ones on hand because I'll use them for different things. Like I'll use them with my re-inkers after they're dry. And you still get just a little bit of sparkle. But I'm down, I think this is my last one that actually has Wink of Stella in it. And so I'm gonna just add the Wink of Stella on the vellum parts. Of course, here we just have one, so I gotta kind of scoot inside there. And now if you get it on the white, that's no problem, because that's pretty too. We'll just add a little bit on here. And that is gonna finish off our card for today. Oh, unless, you know, I thought of one other thing. Because we have the gold, it definitely wouldn't hurt if you wanted to add some of these gold gilded gems. I'm just going to add the smallest size to this card. So it just depends on your style. If you like to embellish a lot, you certainly can. You could have stopped where I just had it before, or if you want to add a little more embellish, you can. Kind of like our mystery card we did at our virtual party. You have the option to continue to embellish, or you can stop where you're at. Some people like to go wild, and some people like it more simple. So just depending on what your own style is, there's no right or wrong to it. So I will have to come back later and make my other Christmas ornament. But as you can see, we have got some beautiful ones right here. And goodness, I don't know where my other sample card went. This is, oh, here it is, right behind here. So we have 3 different ones here. They're all equally as beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. There will be Prize Patrol linked to today's video. It will post, the winner will post next week. I'll post last week's winner today when I edit this a little bit later today. But I hope you enjoyed the beauty of these cards using the Dove of Hope stamp set. And I hope you guys all have a great week. Tune in tomorrow. Not tune in, but check back on the Facebook page tomorrow to see what I will be pulling out of the Advent calendar to share with you for a special or just a little challenge for all of us. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.